Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Mojo Plays Sims. Today I'm here with part 2 of our 10-minute build. If you did see part 1 of the 10-minute build, you'll know that I didn't go really to plan and I cannot build in 10 minutes, it turns out. So in that video I said I was going to do a part 2 for the house because I did really like where the house was going. But yeah, there really wasn't enough time for me and I was trying to do too many things at once, I think. But we'll do another 10-minute build in the future. There'll be a lot more simplified, I think. But this is part 2 of that build. So this was just unlimited time, unlimited money, and I just wanted to just kind of build the house that I was kind of going for. So because obviously this is now unlimited time, I did just kind of make it a lot bigger than it was going to be, because originally it was going to be a really quite small house actually. But because it was just, you know, no problem with time or anything, I did take my time and add a lot more space to this house. I actually love how this house turned out. In fact, I reckon it's probably my favourite build that I've done so far, which is saying something because I do really like some of the other builds I've done, but this, there's just something about this. It just flows so well and everything goes together really well. I just really, really like it. So this, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this because I was originally going to make it kind of like an eco house, but then I wasn't sure really how eco-friendly it would be. So I thought maybe when the new eco pack comes out, which we don't know a date on yet, but we do also know that's coming out one day in the future because that's what people voted on. So I'll probably do an eco build then. Well, what on about the eco house actually? What are your thoughts on it? Because I totally understand what people are saying actually about the whole kind of laundry being incorporated into the eco pack, because at the end of the day, laundry and doing washing isn't really eco-friendly, especially if you're using like washing machines and tumble dryers. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy that we've got washing machines because I just think it adds a lot more realism to a game, but I think eco might have been the wrong pack to do it in. Let me know your thoughts. I know people are kind of quite divided on this. I can see both sides, to be honest. I understand where both people are coming from, I would say. But yeah, if you have your thoughts you'd like to share, then feel free, because I'd actually be really interested to hear your thoughts. I personally thought that they would have done more kind of like recycling and I don't know, really just more eco-friendly stuff than washing. I mean, I have heard, I think they are doing like the washing machines and then also like hand washing, so I guess hand washing is more eco-friendly. But yeah, it just, you know, when someone says eco pack, the first thing that comes to mind isn't laundry. But you know, I am happy we're getting laundry back, so because like I said, I do think it adds a lot of realism to the game, so I'm not disappointed about that. And I really, the furniture and stuff we voted on, I think it will be a really nice pack. And I don't actually know when that comes out. If anyone knows or has any ideas or whatever, comment down below, because I'm really interested to know when the next pack is coming out. Speaking of the next pack, I get so greedy when it comes to games. As soon as one comes out, I'm like all over it, and then I want another one like instantly. But to be honest, I do feel like it has been a while. The last one was the fitness pack, which feels like ages ago now. And I know, looking like in the long term, it really wasn't that long ago. But I think because with The Sims, they go through so many kind of phases of releasing loads in one go and then releasing like nothing for like a month or two. So it does feel like a long time when there's nothing that comes out, because obviously we're used to like all this content all of a sudden. But obviously in their quarterly teaser we did see like a toddler pack, which I'm pretty excited about actually, because I feel like the toddler department is lacking slightly, obviously because it was added to the game later on. We don't have as much of that as we do for kids, because, you know, for kids and other game packs that were released, we would have got content then, whereas when there was no toddlers, there obviously wasn't any toddler content. So I am pretty excited for a toddler game pack, and a toddler stuff pack, I think it is. And that is something I was actually expecting from them, because I think it makes sense that they're now adding a lot more content for toddlers, especially because, like I said, we are lacking at the moment. I mean, we're not like horrendously lacking, but it would just be nice to have. More so for me, I'm kind of looking forward to like the build and buy objects, to be honest, more than the create some items. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to create some items too, but build and buy especially, there really isn't that much, because obviously most stuff that toddlers have, like children can use too, like toy boxes and dolls houses. So I am looking forward just to like some new toys and stuff, which hopefully we'll get. I know in the teaser actually there was that kind of was it like a tree house thing or something like that that's in the background? But then someone said that that's actually just a different version of a doll's house. And normally in a stuff pack, we get like one completely new item. Like with fitness pack, we got the rock climbing wall. And what else have we got in the past? With the vintage glamour pack, I think it was, we got the buffet table. I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, normally with stuff packs, we do get like one or two completely new items. At least one. So I am really hoping that happens with the toddler pack too. And I'll be excited to see what that completely new item is actually, because obviously we have like toddler beds and high chairs and things like that. Maybe it'll be like buggies or prams or something, because I know we had that in Sims 3, so maybe that'll be coming back. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be interested to see. And I really hope the expansion pack for this year, because I know obviously they do normally release one expansion pack, I really hope it will be pets, because I think that's so long overdue. And to be honest, if it's not pets or seasons, I will be kind of disappointed. Or actually no, that's a bit of an exaggeration. If it's not something that's like requested a lot, because obviously pets is really requested, seasons is really requested. What else have I seen? Like a university pack, that's quite requested. Probably not as much as like pets and seasons. But if it's not something that's really highly requested and it's just something else, then I probably will be quite disappointed, because like it just wouldn't make sense to do that. So my number one hope is that it's pets, and if it's not pets, then it's like a seasons weather pack. I hope that in the seasons they do bring out one day that it's a bit like the Sims 3 one, where we get like holidays as well. Like I know they weren't called like Christmas and Halloween, but you know, they pretty much were those. And I really hope they do that again, because it just adds so much realism to the game when you feel like you're living like a year. Even I know it's not a year, but you're living through the seasons of the year, and then you're experiencing the holidays in those seasons. So yeah, I really want stuff like that. I'm just talking about what I want in The Sims. Anyway, back to this pack. So like I was saying before I went off on a tangent, I wasn't sure what I was going to call this build, because originally it was meant to be eco, but I think I'm going to end up calling it like kind of a roof garden house or something, because that was the whole thing with this house. Really, it was really meant to be all about the garden, all about the roof gardens. I'm not actually sure how I got this idea, but between doing the 10-minute build and then doing the second part, I don't know if I saw a picture. I don't know where I got it from actually, because I did film this a couple of weeks ago now. I filmed my videos in advance, and I can't think where I got the inspiration from, but I really wanted just lots of different levels of garden, you know. So I really like how it turns out, because we've got like the ground level, and then we've got the foundation level, and then obviously it goes up as the roof of the house. And I just think it looks so good, and I would love to do some gameplay in this house. I want to do like a restaurant pack. Not a restaurant pack. I want to do a restaurant let's play and some other let's plays. So maybe a character from one of those will live in it, because I really like doing let's plays at the moment. I've done my homeless one quite a lot lately. But I was doing the Alexandra one for a bit, and at the moment that is on a break. I know we needed did we do 1 or 2 parts of that? But I just wasn't inspired by that family at the moment. When it comes to let plays, I like literally having like an aim of them, or like something you're trying to achieve, like a bit more of a challenge. Like with the homeless one, we want to get to 20,000 simoleons, so that's the challenge for that pack, and it's actually quite hard to get to 20,000. We found it easy so far on the homeless man challenge, although like I said in that game, if you do watch it, I think it will get harder, because we've had a lot of luck, and I think our luck will change, because surely our luck's got to change. But anyway, so yeah, with this house, I would love maybe to have someone living in here, because I love this house so much. I think it has such a good flow to it. The downstairs is all quite open. We have like a living area, dining and kitchen in one. It's just kind of like all very open plan. And then for the other bits of the downstairs, we have like a big gym area. I kind of imagine the family living here being kind of very fitness focused. So what I'm adding on now is like the back of the house, because I wanted to have a swimming pool area on the top, on one of the roof gardens, and then you can put some windows down so that when people are swimming you can see them swim around. And I thought that looked so cool, and it worked out so well in the gym as well, because it just gave such a nice vibe to the gym area. So I love how this turned out, and I love that I had the idea to do this because it just looks so good. I think the reason I love this house so much is because it just has such a nice flow to it. Like, I don't actually think I'd ever want to live somewhere like this in real life because it's all quite like modern. But yeah, I want to say this is one of my favourite ones I've ever done. What's my other ones? What else have I even done? Let me have a little look. I did really like the Weasley house actually because I thought that had a really good vibe to it. And even though it wasn't like flat out a Weasley house, I did really, I really liked how that looked. So the Weasley house I really liked. Oh, I really liked the Pinterest apartment build, which went up last week. That went up before the 10-minute build if you're interested in seeing that one. What else have I liked? Oh, the Spanish family mansion. That was a big favourite of mine, actually. I would say that's in second place for favourites. Again, I just loved the vibe of the house. I think that's why I would like a house, because I like the kind of flow and the vibe to it rather than maybe the decor. Like I said, I probably would never live in a house like this myself, but I think it just flows really nicely. And I think this would be a really cool house to play in because it's all kind of like it's all just there, and it's not massive where like it's hard to kind of play in the house. Also, I think in real life this would be a really cool house to entertain in because it's just such a nice big open space, and then you've got that big garden area and that bar upstairs with like the seating. There's just loads of little bits of seating around and like yoga mats and all things like that. So I think it'd be a great house to entertain in. In terms of packs, I used a lot from the fitness pack, as you can probably see now, especially with decorations. And then I used a lot from Spa Day as well. Those two packs go really well together, I've noticed. Like they just flow so nicely. And they're two completely different packs. But if you've got both, you can do quite a lot of really nice decor actually. And they go well together without being like really matchy. So those two, great together. I want to do a video soon actually saying like my favourite game packs like in order, so like least favourite to favourite, and I think I'll do the same for stuff packs and then expansion packs. Obviously at the moment we only have 3 expansion packs, so it's kind of hard to do it with those, but see, for me, like I would say I have quite a clear idea of my favourite to least favourite game packs. Expansion packs I kind of go back and forth with. And then stuff packs, there's just so many that I know what was in each pack kind of because obviously I play with it, but then when I actually think like what pack did that actually come in though, I can't never remember. So if I do the stuff pack video, I do need to kind of go through stuff and see what we actually got, because a lot of the time I'll just pick an item because I like it, not because it's in a certain pack. Like if I was doing like a Parenthood game pack build, then obviously I'd use stuff from the Parenthood game pack, but the rest of the time I kind of just pick stuff because I like it rather than because it's in a certain pack. So to be honest, I don't know half the stuff that comes in packs. Like I pick it for the niceness of the object rather than because the pack is in. I know I'm really blabbering right now. Anyway, the kitchen in this house is actually pretty small, but I really didn't think it needs to be big. It's very open anyway, so it's not like it's in a tiny little room. And then I used the table and chairs from the fitness stuff pack. I haven't used them yet actually in a build. I don't think I have anyway. And so I really liked how they looked. I did some of those little drop down plants again, which I did in the Pinterest build. I love that. I really, really like that. And I think I'll be doing that a lot lately. Like not necessarily just from kitchen cabinets, but maybe also from like shelves, because I just really like how it looks. I thought this house would have quite a lot of art pieces on the wall, and so I went with the inspiration behind the fitness pack, which I believe was movement, and so I kind of did that for this one as well. So I picked art pieces that kind of had like a nice flow and like swirls to them to like represent movement. So that was kind of the plan with that. For the living room area, I'm doing that now, and I'm just picking a few little plants and things. I wanted it to be quite, have quite a lot of plants and greenery inside, especially because of the roof garden outside. But I didn't want it to be like old-fashioned plants or like plants you'd see in like a family home. I wanted it to be like very modern and very sleek. So I picked a lot of stuff I'd never actually really used before. If you saw the little tree I used outside with like the balls on, I used that. I think that's the first one I've ever used that, and I love how that looked. I was a little bit obsessed with how that looked outside the house. I did also try to place these little like mirror decoration things, but I really didn't know where to put them. They didn't really go anywhere in the house, so I did just not use them in the end. Also, putting those candles on top of half walls I think is such a good idea. If you notice, we did that a lot outside of the house. You do have to use a cheat to do it, but it just looks so good. And I mean, if I had half walls, I think I'd have candles all over them, even though it's not the best for health and safety, but it does look really pretty. So for the rest of the house, I just use a couple of those mats or rugs, from the Fitness Stuff pack. Again, just to add that kind of movement flow to it, but also giving it a kind of slightly homey vibe without it being just very kind of modern but not lived in. I did want it to have a kind of lived in look, so I did put those rugs down. I do really like how they looked. I did a little office area as well, I think, in the end. And I used a glass table because, again, I just thought like a wooden table would look too blocky in this house. So yeah, I thought a glass one went perfectly. For the bedrooms, I have decorated two. I don't know if I show footage of both. I just felt like this build was getting pretty long. And the main decorating part of this house was actually the downstairs anyway, which you've obviously just seen. So I did cut out quite a lot of the second bedroom and the bathroom area just because I didn't really think it was necessary. So on some screenshots of the house, you can actually see the bedrooms from the front of the house. And then this is just like a nice side angle. I love that picture with the roof garden and everything because I think it just adds or shows how much dimension we've got there. This is the living room area, and then onto the kind of officey little snug area down at the bottom of the stairs. I love the orange on those sofas actually. I love how bright they are, and I think just a little bit of it adds like a really nice pop in the house without being too much. Then this is the kitchen area. Again, nice and small, but like very kind of practical to use, you know. The living room area, the dining room area. The gym, which I love, especially with that swimming pool view behind it. And that art piece on the wall from the Fitness Stuff pack, really, really nice. This is the first bedroom. Imagine having those like massive windows in your bedroom. It'd be amazing. The second bedroom. And then the bathroom area. So that's the whole of the inside of the house, and then onto the outside of the house. There's just so many kind of areas to entertain in this house. I think that's why I really enjoy it and love it so much. So we've just got these little areas to sit down and look over at the view. The nice swimming pool area, which I'm obsessed with. The bar with that nice open roof. I've put so many pictures of the outside of the house in this editing, but I'm so obsessed with it, honestly. I love it. Anyway, you can download this house from the gallery. Either search my username mojoplayssims or use the hashtag mojoplayssims to find me. You can also find me on Twitter. My username is mojoplayssims. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye.